Quick question: when I say AI, what do you actually picture? Probably a chatbot, one single thing. But here's what almost nobody realizes: AI isn't one technology at all. It's really at least 8 completely different kinds of model, and each one is built for a totally different job. Some write, some see, some take action. Calling them all AI is like calling every vehicle a car. So over the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through all 8 in plain English. And keep an eye out. One of these 8 is running on your phone right now with no internet at all. Bet you can't guess which one. By the end, you'll never look at the word AI the same way again. Let's go. We'll start with the family you already talk to every day, the models built for language. There are 4 of them, and their whole job is to read, write, and understand words. Let's meet the most famous one first. This is the LLM, the large language model. Think of it as a world-class word predictor. Give it some words, and it guesses the best next ones. It all starts with your input, the prompt you type in. First comes tokenization. That's just a fancy word for chopping your sentence into small pieces called tokens, a bit like tearing a sentence into individual puzzle pieces the machine can handle. Next is embedding. Each piece gets turned into a list of numbers that captures its meaning. Why numbers? Because a computer can't do math on the word dog, but it can do math on numbers that represent dog. Now the real brain kicks in, the transformer. It looks at all those number pieces at once, weighs how they relate to each other, and works out what should come next. This is the engine behind basically every modern chatbot. And out comes the output. Your answer, built one predicted word at a time, each word chosen based on everything that came before it. You already use this every single day. It's what powers ChatGPT, the writing helpers baked into your apps, and the coding assistants that finish your code for you. Next up, the LCM, the large concept model. Here's the twist. Instead of thinking word by word, it thinks in whole ideas. It starts with your text, just like before. First, it does sentence segmentation. It slices your text into complete sentences. Not tiny word pieces this time, but full, self-contained thoughts. Then each sentence goes through sonar embedding. That turns an entire ide into numbers the model can reason about, so it's juggling meanings, not just spellings. Now watch it fan out into 3 at once. Diffusion gently shapes the idea from rough to refined, while advanced patterning and a hidden process work in parallel to sharpen it. 3 specialists polishing the same thought together. The 3 streams merge back into one, and quantization trims all that heavy math down. Same idea, far less compute, so it runs faster and cheaper. And the output is a response that was built from concepts, not guessed one word at a time, which keeps it coherent even over long stretches. That's why it shines on long documents and on translating between many languages at once, because an idea carries across languages even when the exact words don't. Now the SLM, the small language model. Same core idea as the big LLM, but shrunk right down to fit in your pocket. It begins with input processing, taking in your request. It uses compact tokenization, still chopping your words into pieces, but in a leaner, more efficient way that needs far less memory. Then a smaller, efficient transformer does the thinking. Fewer moving parts than its giant cousin, so it stays fast even on modest hardware. Here it slims down in 2 ways at the same time. Model quantization shrinks the math itself, while memory optimization trims how much it has to hold in mind. Both make it lighter. Now the payoff, edge deployment. Edge just means it runs right there on your device, your phone, your car, your laptop. No sending data off to the cloud, and no internet required. And output generation hands you the answer, instantly and privately, because nothing ever left your device in the first place. This is the on-device AI quietly living inside phones, cars, and apps that keep working even in airplane mode. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Bigger isn't always better when it comes to AI models. A large language model is like a freight train, massively powerful, but slow, expensive, and it lives far away on cloud servers. A small language model is the City Scooter, specialized, instant, costs pennies, and runs directly on your phone. So the next time you need a private, offline AI assistant right in your pocket with no Wi-Fi required, you don't need the whole freight train. You just need the right scooter for the trip. Meet the MLM, the Masked Language Model. The easiest way to picture it, a fill-in-the-blank quiz. It starts with a piece of text input. First, token masking hides one of the words on purpose. It covers a word up and leaves a blank where it used to be. The embedding layer then turns all the visible words into numbers, so the model has something concrete to work with. Now the clever part, it reads in both directions at once. Left context studies the words before the blank, and right context studies the words after it. Most chatbots only read left to right. This one peeks both ways. Bidirectional attention fuses those two sides together, so the model understands the blank from the full surrounding sentence, not just half of it. Then masked token prediction makes its best guess at the hidden word, using everything it just understood from both sides. But the real prize isn't the guess. It's the deep feature representation it builds along the way, a rich, genuine understanding of what the language actually means. That's why it's built for understanding, not chatting. It powers search engines, spam detection, and famous models like BERT. So that's the world of words handled. But think about it, a huge slice of the world isn't text at all. It's images. Photos, screens, scans, video. So now, let's meet the models that can actually see. This is the VLM, the Vision Language Model. Its superpower is doing two things at once, seeing and reading. So it takes two inputs together, an image and some text. Each input gets its own specialist. The vision encoder studies the picture, while the text encoder reads your words. Two experts, each fluent in a different kind of information. Then the projection interface lines them both up into the same number language. Think of it as a translator that lets what I saw and what you asked finally speak the same tongue. The multimodal processor blends them, mixing what it saw in the image with what you actually asked about it. That blend flows into a language model, which turns the combined understanding into real, human sentences. And output generation delivers the reply, an answer that's grounded in the picture in front of it. This is what powers describe this photo. Reading a chart or visual search, like GPT-4o when you show it an image and ask a question about it. Now the SAM, the Segment Anything model. Think of it as a pair of magic scissors for images. It takes two inputs, your prompt, which is a tap, a dot, or a box, and the image itself. The prompt encoder reads where you pointed, while the image encoder studies the entire photo. Each one turns its input into something the model can work with. They cross over and merge into an image embedding, which is basically a detailed map of every feature in the picture. Then it splits again. The mask decoder traces the exact outline of your object, while feature correlation figures out which pixels truly belong together as one single thing. The two combine into the segmentation output. Your object, cut out perfectly, pixel by pixel, cleanly separated from the background. This is the tech behind Select Subject in photo apps, outlining organs in medical scans, and helping self-driving cars tell the road from the pedestrian. Okay, so AI can read and it can see. But here's the question that really matters. Can it actually do things for you? And can it scale to serve millions of us at the same time? That's our last two models. This is the LAM, the Large Action Model. The others talk, this one acts. It starts with input processing, taking your goal, something like book me a flight. Its perception system looks around first, at the screen, the app, or the web page in front of it. It has to see the world before it can act in it. Intent recognition then works out what you truly meant, not just the literal words, but the actual outcome you're after. Now it splits. Task breakdown chops your big goal into small, doable steps, while neurosymbolic integration blends strict logic with flexible learning, rules plus intuition, working side by side. From there, action planning maps out each move to make, and the memory system keeps track of what's already done. Notice they stay linked. the plan and the memory constantly check in with each other. The two streams come back together, and quantization streamlines the whole plan so it can run quickly and cheaply. Finally, feedback integration checks what actually happened after each action and adjusts so one wrong click doesn't derail the entire task. This is the engine behind AI agents, the ones that actually click, type, and finish real tasks on your computer while you just watch. And last, the MOE, mixture of experts. Instead of one giant brain doing everything, picture a whole team of specialists. A request comes in at the start. First, it hits the router mechanism. Think of it as a traffic director whose only job is deciding who is best suited to handle this particular request. Behind that router sit several experts, here, 4 of them, and each one is really good at a different kind of problem. Top K selection picks just the best matching 1 or 2 experts for the job. The rest stay asleep, and that's the whole trick. You don't wake up the entire brain every time. Weighted combination then blends the chosen expert's answers, giving more say to the one that's most confident. And the output is a single, sharp answer, delivered fast and cheap, because only a couple of experts actually did any work. This is the secret that lets today's giant models stay fast and affordable. They're enormous on paper, but only light up the small part they actually need. Let's put all 8 on one screen. Words. The LLM predicts, the LCM thinks in ideas, the SLM fits your pocket, the MLM fills in the blank. Vision. The VLM sees and reads, the SAM cuts pixel perfect. Action. The LAM does things, and the MOE runs a whole team of experts. Oh, and that one running on your phone with no internet. That was the SLM, the pocket-sized brain. Small, fast, and completely offline. This is your whole map. Pause and screenshot this. It's the one slide that makes all 8 finally click. And there you have it, 8 jobs, 8 completely different models. Words, ideas, pocket-sized, meaning, vision, cutting, actions, and experts. All of them AI, and none of them the same. You've now met all 8. But that leaves one huge question hanging. How do any of them actually learn to do this in the first place? That's called training, and it's exactly what the next video is about. So tell me, which of these 8 will matter most by 2027? Vote in the comments and I'll deep dive the top pick. And if this finally made AI click for you, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one in plain English.